I guess, okay, one of the biggest horror stories of my whole career life was my last reason why I haven't made music in probably, dang it, yeah, when was my last song? Over a year ago. Sorry, I keep going back to music. That was just my main thing for a while there. But yeah, I literally had like almost my whole album done, and it was, I wrote it, produced it, engineered it all myself. And it was like 6 of the 10 songs were done. And I was like, okay, I'm finishing up. Let's get this done. And my laptop crashed and I lost all of my album. And like, that's for anyone who makes music to know that the production, the engineering, and the lyrics were all gone. Like, oh, it was months and months and months of work just deleted, you know. And I had a few things backed up here and there, and a song there, some vocals here, but it was like, I'm gonna have to recreate this entire album from scratch again. Like, no way, you know. So that was kind of one of the reasons why I switched into like painting for a second here, because I had to just get away from all that, because I was so like, that was like losing a part of my soul, you know. And I put so much effort into it, and I finally felt like I was like good, you know. I'm like, people are gonna like this one, you know. And so that was probably the biggest horror story. But don't get me wrong, like almost every painting I make, since I do like splatter painting and things of that nature, and it's very uncontrolled, there are moments where I will like splatter something and it will just go completely the wrong direction, and it doesn't necessarily ruin the painting, but it's like, that was not at all what I was intending for. Oh my God, like I don't even know if this is going to work anymore. But even more recently, I'm working right now, and I just like, when I was doing the measurements, I miscalculated by like just a ½ inch on the picture I was looking at, which correlated to my bigger image being shifted over like 2 inches. But now it's completely off-centered, and it's like obviously off-centered. And I already did the whole drawing and everything, and it wasn't until I was done with it that I was like, oh my God, like, how did I do this? How did I make this whole painting and it's off-centered? And I'm just like, oh, this is terrible. But I think there's a way to fix it, possibly by just doing some visual trickery. But right now I'm looking at it and I'm just like, am I just gonna have to like toss this painting? Because it's just like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks good, but when you're looking at it, you're like, I wish it was just a little, you know, over here, and it's to lean a little bit. And so, yeah, that's definitely something that just happened recently. But by far the biggest conundrum was just the good old laptop crashes, you know, and you lose all your memory. And I was so, yeah, I swear I had my best song on there, and it's just gone now. And it's just like, I can recreate it, I could, but just that magic, you know, that magic you created that one time, to just go do it again, getting that same mind state, getting that same emotional feeling I had when I made the song. It's just like, maybe later, you know, or maybe it's a sign I just need to do something else. You know, that's kind of what I took it as. It's like, I was like, I'm going to take this time to just take a break and go do something else. And that's when I started painting. And actually, you know, maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why my computer crashed, you know, was because it was telling me, you need to go this lane, you need to go this way. But yeah, no, it's, that was very devastating. But yeah, for the most part though, yeah, no, art is just, I feel like half of it is feeling like you ruined it, and then realizing, no, it's just kind of my style. It's a little bit of my touch, my uniqueness. I've just been staring at this canvas for too long, and I see all the little mistakes and things. But don't get me wrong, I've definitely had paintings that get ripped, or I spilt a drink on them or something, or, you know, stuff of that nature. And it's just like, oh gosh, you know, I spilt a freaking, whole energy drink on one of my paintings one time when I was like almost done with it, and I just knocked over the drink next to it, and I was just like, no. You know, I gotta, it's just ruined now, you know. Well, guess I'm doing something else, you know. But yeah, but you know, we're still here. We live to fight another day. You got to grit your teeth and cry for a little bit, but then you get back on that horse, man. And again, that's that thing of consistency. Just keep doing it. You're gonna fail. High peaks and valleys. There's gonna be great times. There's gonna be crappy times. But as long as you're kind of hitting that middle ground more often than not, you know, you're feeling consistently on that uprise scale or that incline, heading towards that tipping point before you get launched into your fame and your stardom and your money and all that stuff. But, you know, the only way to get there is to keep getting there. You know, the way I always say it too is the only way to score is to keep shooting shots. It doesn't matter if you keep missing, you got to keep shooting shots. Otherwise, you're never going to score. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things, but you know, hey, it is what it is. All part of the grind, right? Builds character.